Hi, I'm David Noon. As part of the COVID-19 response, I'd like to offer you this class, a class of relaxation and awareness techniques, incorporating pranayama, breathing techniques, based on the teachings of Satyananda, but not strictly adhering to those teachings. His philosophy is that rather than trying to find total stillness straight away, we use awareness techniques, breathing techniques, and relaxation to occupy the mind, so that while being relaxed, we do not feel dull, and while feeling alert, we are not anxious. So on a knife edge between the two. This is the book which has influenced me mostly. It's been the text that I've had worked through while teaching yoga, through my training. The breathing techniques are very important for all of us. It's useful to be able to breathe well. Typically we only breathe in and out about half a litre of air, and we have the potential to breathe much more. So obviously that's good for our health, but also breathing slowly, calmly does calm the mind. There's a sort of biofeedback mechanism whereby if we're breathing slowly, it tells the brain that everything must be okay, and then we can be in parasympathetic nervous system response, doing all the checks and balances and repairs that we need. I'd just like to quote something from Satyananda. He says, "Life is the period between one breath and the next. A person who only half breathes only half lives. He who breathes correctly acquires control of the whole being." And it's actually from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which is an ancient text on yoga. So in yoga it's believed that we're given a fixed number of breaths. And if we breathe rapidly, we live a short life, and if we can breathe slowly, we live a long life. You can believe that if you want to. I think I do. Because I think if we're breathing slowly, we're living a calmer life. So meditation, that's quite often a bit daunting for people who think, oh, I've got to spend a long time sitting as I am now. And I realise that that's a difficult thing for a lot of us because we're so distracted by the discomfort in sitting like this. And so the practice I've developed is one whereby we're lying on the floor a lot, getting up to sit for a while, lying back down again, getting back up again, and learning a technique that helps to distract the mind away from some of the discomforts of sitting, to enable us to gradually learn how to sit more comfortably. And so we're going to start lying on the floor, and this is not a video to just watch, you have to participate in it. And so I'd like you to find a blanket to put on the floor, and also another blanket going across, which is folded up like this, which goes under your shoulders, and you need a pillow to go under your head. And then we're going to lie in a pose called Shavasana. Which is lying on your back. Position yourself so that your shoulders are on the folded up blanket and your head is resting on the cushion. And then arms and limbs straighten out, and legs are slightly apart, and arms are slightly away from the sides of the body, palms uppermost, feet are flopping out to the sides. This pose, Shavasana, translates as being corpse pose, so it does indicate a degree of relaxation. So just spend a moment to adjust yourself. And when you're ready, feel into your body, how your body is connecting with the floor. Allow your body to release its tensions into the floor. So allow your legs to relax and feel heavy. Allow your hands and arms to relax and feel heavy. Feel your buttocks relaxing, lower, mid, upper back, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, and the space between the shoulder blades, your whole back. Feel how the head is supported by the floor and release into that support. Feel how your whole body can relax into the support of the floor. And become aware of your breath. Noticing how your body seems to gently expand as you breathe in, and how your body seems to release, relax, contract as you breathe out. And so it's as if your body is slightly elastic. You're breathing in and out of the stretchiness of your body. And make the breaths longer and slower. And start to incorporate a bit of a pause after breathing in and again after breathing out. And in yoga there's a breathing technique called Ujjayi Pranayama. See if you can practice that. It's hearing and feeling the breath at your throat so that you make the sound of the sea while you keep your mouth closed. As you breathe in, it's as if it's like the sound of a wave going up the beach. And as you breathe out, it's like the sound of a wave going down the beach. And it's a tool to help us maintain awareness, maintain attention. Your mind will keep wandering off and you want to keep gently bringing it back. Now we introduce some movement, practicing Kaya Kriya, Kaya body, and Kriya action, movement. So roll your hands in so the arms are alongside the body, palms down, and bring your feet in so that the toes are touching. So the heels are still wide, but toes are touching. And now as you breathe in, feet, legs, hands and arms roll outwards, and your face turns to one side. And pause there. And as you breathe out, feet, legs, hands and arms roll inwards, and your face turns towards the other side, and pause there. And just continue like that. It's as if your legs and arms are like rolling pins, rolling out as you breathe in, rolling back in as you breathe out. And you're feeling into your hips and shoulders, but also be aware of the sensation of your limbs interacting with the floor. And be aware of how you're working into your neck and how you're working into the back of the head. And have a sense that the movement creates the breath. So as your limbs open out, breath comes in, and as your limbs roll back in, breath goes out. And have that pause after each in-breath and after each out-breath. And don't forget your ujjayi pranayama, the ocean breath. Hearing and feeling the breath at the throat. Now continue with that. I'm going to sit up because I'm going to be looking at a lesson plan. So you continue to lie, practicing Kaya Kriya. This is a quote from Satyananda. He says, "The practice of relaxation is an art and a science. Relaxation is the release of tension in both the mind and body for a period of time to allow complete rest and revitalization." It's like enhancing the collateral of your well-being. Now finish your Kaya Kriya, so you're no longer moving. Get yourself back into Shavasana so that your feet are flopping out slightly to the sides and arms are slightly away from the sides of the body, the back of the hands on the floor, fingers softly curled. And we're going to practice the 3-part yoga breath. And I must point out that Satchidananda takes a lot longer about teaching this than I am going to be doing now. I want you to become aware of your abdominal breathing, just noticing whether your abdomen feels like it's expanding as you breathe in, feels like it's contracting as you breathe out. And try to have a sense that the movement creates the breath, which is in fact true, because the expanding of the abdomen is drawing the diaphragm between the abdominal and thoracic cavities downwards and creating a partial vacuum which draws breath into the lungs. So be aware of abdominal breathing. And hopefully you'll find it's quite a satisfying breathing technique, quite effective. And try now thoracic breathing. So you're expanding and contracting the ribcage to again create that partial vacuum. You draw breath into the lungs as the chest expands. And as the chest contracts, it's forcing the breath back out. And the third part is clavicular breathing. It's just sort of lifting the collarbones as you to breathe in and lowering them to breathe out. And you'll soon find it's a very inefficient way of breathing. It's a short, rapid sort of breath, and actually makes us feel quite anxious. But interestingly, that's how we tend to breathe most of the time. Short, rapid clavicular breathing. It's like a rabbit in the headlights, not knowing where to go. An anxious breath. The 3-part breath is bringing those together. And it's like a wave of breath. So Expanding abdomen, lower chest, feel the upper chest lift to breathe in and pause there. And then lowering upper chest, lower chest contracts and abdomen draws in and engage pelvic floor. Now in yoga that's called Mula Bandha. Mula is pelvic floor and Bandha is lock. And then soften that and expand abdomen, lower chest, feel the upper chest lift to breathe in. Pause and then softening upper chest, lower chest, abdomen, draw the navel in and engage pelvic floor again. Mula Bandha. And pause. Now practice this with your Ujjayi Pranayama, the ocean breath. Abdomen, lower chest, upper chest lifts, pause. And breathing out upper chest, lower chest, abdomen, draw the navel in, engage pelvic floor, pause. Now remember you're still lying on the floor in Shavasana for this. Don't forget your Ujjayi breath, the ocean breath. A wave of movement. If your body were a vessel, it's like it fills with breath in one rolling wave of movement and then empties of breath from the top down. Now this is part of your toolbox, your kit to help you manage anxiety, stress. And you can do this anywhere, this way of breathing. And it's far more efficient. You're breathing in a greater volume and you're breathing out a greater volume. There's less residual air left in your lungs having breathed out. And the slow breathing calms the mind. And the pauses help the transfer of gases between lungs and capillaries, capillaries and lungs. It's something you can practice while you're lying in bed if you wake up and feeling anxious, or waiting in queues. And letting go of that, just pause and feel into your body again. Feel into your beingness. And your beingness is an alert stillness, an aliveness, not a dullness. It's very easy to start going to sleep because typically when we relax, it's a signal that it's time to sleep. But no. Remember the knife edge between being alert and being dull. Being aware of the breath, being aware of sensations in the body. Now bring gentle movement to fingers, toes, shoulders and hips. And on your next inhalation, tighten everything up, clenching fingers, toes, buttocks, screw your face up tight and hold. And as you breathe out, soften and move, moving fingers, toes, shoulders and hips. And again, breathing in, tightening everything up and hold. And breathing out, soften and move. And just one more, breathing in, tightening everything up. And breathing out, softening and moving. Now we want to release muscles around the face a bit. So open your mouth into a big yawn and a wide grin. And take your lower jaw from side to side. And wet your lips and swallow. Now bring your knees to your chest and hug, rocking from side to side. And when you're ready, tip over onto one side and pause there for a little while before carefully, mindfully coming up into a sitting position. So sitting on a cushion and with the flesh of the buttocks back, and explore the tilt of your pelvis so that it's not too far forward or not too far back, and lift your rib cage evenly front and back. And it's quite a good idea to use a wall for support. And you don't have to have your legs crossed up like mine are. Make yourself comfortable, and you can put a cushion under each knee to help support. So you might want to pause and get yourself really ready for that. Back of the neck long, chin drawn in, the crown of the head reaching up. The back of the hands on the thighs, touching first fingers and thumbs. And we practice again that 3-part breath with retentions. So breathing in, the abdomen expands, lower chest expands, and the collarbones lift. Pause there. And then as you breathe out, upper chest, lower chest, abdomen contract, and you draw the navel in and engage pelvic floor, and again pause, and mula bandhas on, pelvic floor engaged, and softening all that. The abdomen expands, lower chest expands, upper chest lifts, breathing in, and pause. And then for the breathing out, it's a matter of softening upper chest, lower chest, abdomen, drawing the navel in, engaging pelvic floor, and pause. And then again, releasing all tension, abdomen expands, lower chest expands, upper chest lifts, and pause. And then for the breathing out, upper chest, lower chest, abdomen, contract and draw the navel in towards the spine, engage pelvic floor and pause. And continue with these using your Ujjayi pranayama, you're hearing and feeling the breath at the throat. We're going to practice Nadi Shodhana purification, balancing of Nadi. Nadi are psychic or bioplasmic energy pathways. It's said that we have an energy body. We're trying to balance that energy body. Now, with COVID-19, you may not want to touch your face, but presumably we're in our own bubbles and we can wash our hands afterwards. So forgive me if this is not appropriate for you. You can practice without using the hands, using your imagination. It's a slightly different practice, but we'll use the right hand, first finger, middle finger between the eyebrows, right thumb, right nostril, ring finger, left nostril, little finger tucks out of the way. So what we've done is we've anchored the hand to that point between the eyebrows with the first finger and middle finger. The right thumb can control the right nostril, and ring finger can control the left nostril. Little finger's out of the way, and you haven't hunched the shoulder up, you're not lifting the elbow awkwardly, you're still nicely relaxed. So closing, and again, Satyananda would take a lot longer teaching this. Close the right nostril and breathe in through left. And then close left, pause, and breathe out through right. And pause. And breathe in through right. Pause, closing right, and open left, and breathe out through left. And pause. And breathe in through left. Pause, closing left, and breathe out through right. And pause. So we're doing alternate nostril breathing. Breathing in through right. Pause, closing right, and breathe out through left. And you imagine you're breathing in towards that point between the eyebrows. And pause, and you imagine you're breathing out away from that point. And pause. And continue. And involve also your ujjayi pranayama. You're hearing and feeling the breath at the throat. And also use your 3-part breath. So breathing in, expanding abdomen, lower chest, feel the upper chest lift. And breathing out, lowering upper chest, lower chest, abdomen, draw the navel and engage pelvic floor. Pause and breathing in. Pause and breathing out. And pause. And do a couple more, making them the best you can by being as present as you can be, not by trying harder, not by clenching your teeth. Try to keep that feeling of alert stillness. When you finish the round you're doing, both hands could be on the back of the hands on the thighs, touching first fingers and thumbs, and just feel into your beingness. Breathing your natural breath. Being alert to sensations. Now this would be a good time if you have a limited time to stop, and then you could press play again later on, because we're going to lie down again and do some more relaxation techniques with awareness. So lying on the floor again, using the cushion under your head and having the folded up blanket under your shoulders, getting yourself as comfortable as you can. And you can do all sorts of things like putting extra blankets or cushions under your knees and that sort of thing. So we're practicing Shavasana part 1. And I'll use Sechinanda's text just to make it a bit more authentic. So get yourself as comfortable as you can, as relaxed as you can, but maintain your awareness. And your eyes are closed and you feel into how your body's connecting with the floor again. And feel the contact between the floor and your buttocks. And relax your buttocks. And feel the contact between the floor and your right heel. And now the contact between the floor and your right arm, right hand, and your left arm, and your left hand. Feel into the middle of your back. Right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, and the back of your head, and your whole body, how your whole body is connecting with the floor. Now try to feel that your right leg has become very heavy, it's sinking into the floor. And feel that your right leg has become limp, Repeat the same thing with the left leg. Your left leg has become very heavy, it's sinking into the floor. And now it too has become limp. And repeat the same thing with the right arm. Your right arm is feeling very heavy, sinking into the floor. And now it has become limp. And your left arm is very heavy, sinking into the floor. And now it is limp. Relax any tension you might have in your hands. And relax your shoulders. And relax the muscles around your eyes and mouth. And while keeping your lips together, let your lower jaw sag gently so your whole face is soft. If your problems and anxious thoughts keep arising, just observe them dispassionately. We're trying to practice being a witness to these things so we get some control over them. All the while feeling into your relaxed state of physical being, and as a witness, being less reactive to what happens in the mind. And we're going to move on to Shavasana part 2. So still feeling into your heaviness, how your body's connecting with the floor. Imagine your whole body is so heavy that it's sinking into the floor. And tell yourself that if you wanted to move now, it would be impossible because you are so relaxed. Your muscles are completely limp. And start to feel that gravity is pulling you into the floor, every part of your body. And now watch the dark space in the mind, the blankness in front of your closed eyes. Imagine that space surrounds your whole body. Your body is in the middle of that space. And try to imagine that your body is slowly sinking into that space as a leaf falls from a tree, slowly sinking into that blank space that surrounds your whole body. If thoughts arise, let them arise, but just continue feeling that sinking sensation. And become aware of the rhythm of your breath. Don't change your breath, just be aware of your breath. So that when you breathe in, you know that you are breathing in. Heightened awareness. And when you breathe out, you know you are breathing out with heightened awareness. Try to feel as if it's the first time you have ever breathed. So it's a novel experience for you. And as you breathe in, imagine the oxygen entering your body, bringing health to every cell, giving you perfect health. And as you breathe out, feel all the poisons leaving your body, all the tensions, anxieties, worries and problems leave your body as you breathe out. Breathing in, imagining every cell filling with health-giving oxygen, pausing to absorb it, and as you breathe out, releasing all the negative stuff and pausing to let healing take place. We're going to practice what Satyananda calls meditation part 1. You can continue to lie on the floor. Body awareness part 1. So, with your eyes closed, be aware of your body and try to mentally create a picture of your body and feel your body. Be a witness, be aware. Try to become aware of the sense perceptions. For a short time, try to observe as many sensations as you can. But now take your awareness to the skin sensations of your right foot. Is your foot cold or warm or tight or what? Move that awareness of skin sensations to the calf and the thigh. And repeat the same thing with the left foot. Skin sensations. And the left lower leg. And the left thigh. Become aware of the fingertips of your right hand. Create a mental picture and at the same time feel for sensations. Are they hot, cold or what? And slowly move that awareness to the palm, the wrist, forearm, upper arm and shoulder. Create a mental picture and feeling for sensations. And repeat the same thing for the left hand, fingertips, palm, wrist, forearm, upper arm, shoulder. Feel for sensations at your cheeks. Are they warm, cold, sensitive, or what? And repeat the same thing for your lips. Are they dry or moist? And take your awareness to the surfaces within your mouth and your tongue. And become aware of your ears. What sounds can you hear? Be aware of the sounds entering your ears without engaging in those sounds, without allowing them to affect your being, just watching them. And be aware of your eyes. And with your eyes still closed, roll your eyes. Be aware of the sensations and the pictures, the images you might create. Rolling your eyes one way and then the other way and changing a few times. And become aware of the framework of your body, your skeletal structure. Create a mental picture. Become aware of your right foot, right leg, creating a mental picture. The bones of the right foot, the bones of the right leg, the right hip. And take your awareness to the left foot, the bones of the left foot, the bones of the lower left leg and knee and upper left leg and that hip. And do the same for the right hand, the bones of the right hand and wrist and forearm and elbow, upper arm and shoulder. And the bones of the left hand and wrist and forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. And your whole pelvic area. And your rib cage, not just the front, but also how the ribs wrap around the back, your whole rib cage. Your spine, the lower spine, coccyx and sacrum, moving all the way up, lumbar spine, thoracic spine, moving up through the spine, vertebrae of the neck, whole spine, and your skull, lower jaw, upper jaw, the whole skull. And become aware again of your whole skeleton, your whole skeletal structure, creating a mental picture. Be aware of as many sensations as you can in the body again. Being the witness. And again, bring movement to fingers, toes, shoulders and hips. And when you're ready, tighten everything up. Breathing in, tighten everything up. Holding tight, fingers, toes, shoulders, hips. And breathing out, soften and move. Moving fingers, toes, shoulders and hips. And again, breathing in, tightening everything up. And breathing out, softening and moving. And one more. And again, open your mouth into a big yawn. And a wide grin. And take your lower jaw from side to side. And wet your lips and swallow. And then hug your knees, rocking gently from side to side. And when you're ready, tip over onto one side and pause for a little while before carefully, mindfully coming up into a sitting position. And again, get yourself sitting so that you are perhaps using the wall for support. You're sitting on your cushion. And you can prop yourself up with things under your knees. And we're going to practice Kaya Stayam, Kaya body, and Stayam steadiness. So we're moving towards learning how to sit more comfortably. So again, adjust the tilt of your pelvis so it's not too far forward or too far back. And lift your rib cage evenly, front and back. And the back of the neck is long, the chin drawn in, the crown of the head reaching up. And your face, jaw and shoulders are soft. So your hands can be in your lap, or you can have the back of the hands on the thighs, touching first fingers and thumbs together. With your eyes closed, with your nicer alignment, nicer posture, be aware of your body and relax as much as you can. Start to feel that your body is part of the ground. Imagine your body is growing from the ground like a tree. Your torso and head are the trunk, and your legs are the roots. And convince yourself that because your roots are growing into the earth, and because your body is part of the ground, it cannot and will not move. Feel all the sensations of your body and create a mental image of your body being as steady as a large tree. And become aware of any aches or pains. And allow that awareness to be the focus. Awareness of aches or pains in the body, the discomfort in the body. But now transfer your awareness to your right foot as if nothing else exists. And lower right leg, upper right leg, right hip. And now transfer your awareness to your left foot as if nothing else exists. And lower left leg, and upper left leg, and left hip. And take your awareness down to the right hand, arm and shoulder as if nothing else exists. And now left hand, arm and shoulder. And now your buttocks. And your whole pelvic area. And lower spine and pubic area at the same time. And lumbar spine and navel at the same time. And the middle of the back and the heart at the same time. And the back of the neck and the throat at the same time. And the back of your head and the point between the eyebrows at the same time. And the top of your head. And your whole body. Feeling into your whole body. And looking into your mind space, the viewing screen of the mind, Chitta, Kasha, Chitta's mind, Kasha's space. And try to be the witness, merely observing thoughts, images, dispassionately. like to read you something from Eckhart Tolle's little book, Stillness Speaks. Do you need more knowledge? Is more information going to save the world? Or faster computers, more scientific or intellectual analysis? Is it not wisdom that humanity needs most of the time, at this time? But what is wisdom and where is it to be found? Wisdom comes from the ability to be still. Just look and just listen. No more is needed. Being still, looking and listening activates the non-conceptual intelligence within you. Let stillness direct your words and actions. So trying through awareness, relaxation, to experience more and more beingness and taking that into daily life so that the doingness of daily life becomes more and more like beingness. So just bring your palms together and rub them, heating them up. I can't do them because of my sore hand. And then bring your hands to your closed eyes, palming your eyes. And have a big breath in. And breathing out, bring your hands down your face and down your body and down your legs. And then finish up your palms together, thumbs against the chest, forehead towards the fingertips. And dwell in gratitude for love and life and all the good things in this life. And for our extraordinary experience of being in human form on this beautiful planet. And thank you for your practice. Namaste.